I'm here at the Roosevelt Island Community Garden with Christina Delfico of Roosevelt Island's I Dig to Learn and the New York City Pollinator Working Group. Christina, can you tell us what's happening here today, please?
Yes, I'm so excited. Today, I Dig to Learn is hosting the Pollinator Working Group, and we're really thrilled because years ago I met Chrissy Word and also Emily Fano. Emily Fano from NWF and Chrissy from the City Parks Foundation. And basically, this group is pulled together to love pollinators, understand pollinators, protect them, and learn more about it. But these two spearheaded it, and now we have a pretty nice group. So you want to tell a little bit more about it?
Yes, we started 4 years ago, right? Almost 4 years ago with our first meeting, and the New York City Pollinator Working Group. I don't know how Emily and I even figured this out. How did we? Who knows? But anyway, so we started more as a networking group. We knew that we wanted to bring together, people throughout New York City who are interested in pollinators, interested in understanding the state of ecological conditions for pollinators and how we could advocate for better conservation for pollinators.
Yeah, and the nice thing is that the group there was nothing like this before, and one thing that we really wanted to do was bring together people who cared about this issue and about conserving pollinators and the habitat they depend on. And so one really important thing that I think our group does is celebrate wild bees and wild pollinators. A lot of people think about pollinators, they think about honeybees, but there's a lot more to pollinators than honeybees. So there's wild bees, there's butterflies, there's beetles, there's flies, there's wasps and moths, and there's a whole world of pollinators out there, and the native plants that they depend on, which are so important. And so I think what we do is bring together people to learn and share resources and to plan events and like this, which is so wonderful, thanks to Christina, and to just educate and get the word out there about the importance of our pollinators.
So what were you doing here today on Roosevelt Island, and what did you think of what you saw on Roosevelt Island?
We plan an event every fall, or this will be the third one maybe, to get our network members together to socialize, share best practices. We're doing a seed swap today. That was Christina's idea, native plant seed swap. To celebrate pollinators together. And this is a special meeting in person because we've been on Zoom now for a year and a half. So all of our meetings previously were in person. And I would just say that today we have almost 200 participants in the Pollinator Working Group. It's a membership organization, and we have about 35 members, people who are dedicated members and who participate in a committee. People can check us out at NewYorkCityPollinators.org. Our Instagram, look, there goes a monarch butterfly above our heads.
Oh, nice.
It just went that way. But they can check out us on Instagram at New York City Pollinators. Right? That's
Yep.
it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
And on Facebook at NYC PWG.
we also have Chris manages our iNaturalist account. I don't know what it is.
Project.
Project. So that is also a way for us to gather data and share what we know about pollinators in New York City, and that's our job. We're trying to figure out how can we gather more information, more research, more data, and fill in, especially leadership in New York City, so that we can have better regulations and laws that protect pollinators in New York City.
And one great thing, Chris was able to set up on iNaturalist. Anybody of any age can go on, take pictures of insects or plants that they see, any kind of wildlife, and put it on iNaturalist. But he set up a project for the Roosevelt Island Community Garden right here, so that'll tag this location. And also, this is a chance for us to get together to be able to talk about new things. For example, in New York City right now, they're talking about making it more permanent that outdoor dining is a possibility, not just temporary dining. And today I really wanted to talk to the group about, hey, why can't we be part of that design? Why can't those barriers be filled with native plants and flowers to do our part in a bigger way because everyone eats, and so do our pollinators.
Well, interestingly, Emily connected us with then Borough President Eric Adams, and he hosted one of our meetings, a couple of our meetings actually, and he actually convened a meeting of interested parties. This was almost 4 years ago, right? And he was considering building a pollinator garden outside of the Brooklyn Borough Hall, and that unfortunately didn't realize itself, but you know, he is sympathetic to us, and so we definitely plan to engage him if he is elected mayor.
Maybe Gracie Mansion will have something.
Exactly, they're right near a beautiful park.
Yeah, we hope that the next mayor of New York, you know, likely Eric Adams, will work with us to create a pollinator protection plan for New York City.
Right.
So we're counting on him to work with us on that. We know that he helped us celebrate National Pollinator Week. He created a declaration making National Pollinator Week a thing in Brooklyn while he's borough president. So we're definitely excited to work with him to make sure that New York City becomes a haven for all pollinators, and also helps to increase the biodiversity that we have here, which also makes us more climate resilient. Because the more biodiversity we have, the more, you know, we are more climate resilient. Also, we have compost, which we just saw here, which is so beautiful.
Anthony and Grim,
with Anthony and his son, which is so incredible, the work that they're doing here and this beautiful garden. The compost retains stormwater. You know, it's like an incredible resource for stormwater management, and so all gardens should have this kind of oasis and composting operations so that we can become more resilient to extreme weather events that dump so much rain on our city.
So we just want to thank them for coming to Roosevelt Island, and we're really happy Julia Ferguson and Anthony Longo and Anthony Jr. Longo could share their knowledge about compost and pocket meadows throughout our island and hopefully throughout the entire city.
I mean, we have a perfect example right behind you of who we're representing here of this New England aster, right? The bumblebees.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.